We're on the brink of a massive revolution in the auto industry, but it's not really happening where you might think. It's not just about bigger batteries or smarter self-driving tech. No, this is about changing the entire reason a car company even exists.
Just stop and think about that for a second. For more than 100 years, the one and only goal of car marketing was to convince you to buy a car. Simple, right? But what if that's about to become like a side quest?
Okay, so let's really dive into this because this is the big idea. This is the core of this whole transformation. The data that companies get from you, from marketing, from services, it's not just going to be used to sell you the next car. It's being used to design and build the car you're driving right now, in real time.
To really get where we're going, we first have to understand why the old way of doing things is just completely falling apart in this new world. It was basically a one-way street, and that street has hit a total dead end.
So have a look at this. On the left, that's the old world, the traditional model. R&D designs a car, it gets built, it gets sold, and then maybe it gets serviced. Every single step is its own little kingdom, a silo. And the data? It doesn't flow backward. It's slow, it's clunky, it's reactive. But on the right, that's the future. A closed-loop ecosystem where your data is the starting line. Your driving habits, the features you actually use, heck, even your voice commands, all of that is feeding directly back into design, manufacturing, the whole shebang. It creates a system that's alive, constantly learning and evolving.
All right, so this new closed-loop thing, how does it actually work? I mean, it's not just some buzzword, right? It's being powered by three specific, really powerful forces of change that are totally reshaping the entire industry.
First up, full-link collaboration. This just means that data finally connects every single department, smashing down those old walls. Second is scenario-based marketing. So forget the big, splashy, generic TV ads. This is about interacting with you based on what you need right here, right now. And third, lifecycle service automation, which is where your car actually predicts it needs a tune-up before you have any clue. The whole thing shifts from being reactive to being totally proactive.
Now, the engine that's powering all of this has a name, digital intelligence, or Shujiwa, as it's called in the original report. And listen, this is way more than just going digital or getting rid of paperwork. It's the deep, deep fusion of big data, AI, and the Internet of Things to completely rebuild the connection between a car company and its driver. It makes the entire system smart, and it puts you right at the center of it.
So with a shift this huge, how does a company even know where they are on this journey? I mean, how do you measure progress from the old world to the new one? Well, luckily for us, there's a framework for that. A map, if you will.
It's called the iMMSU maturity model, which I know sounds a little corporate, but think of it as a scorecard for this whole transformation. It lays out 4 really clear levels. At level 1, you're just doing basic digital stuff. At level 2, you start seeing these little pockets of AI pop up to help with certain tasks. Level 3, now we're talking. That's a true closed-loop system working everywhere. And the final stage, the big boss, level 4, is autonomous evolution, a system so smart it literally improves and reshapes itself all on its own.
Okay, so with that framework in our back pocket, now we can look at the actual timeline. And this isn't some far-off science fiction dream. This is a strategic roadmap with concrete goals and real dates. The whole journey is broken down into 3 big phases, and each one has a super clear goal. By 2030, it's all about building the foundation. By 2035, the mission is to achieve deep integration. And by 2040, the aim is a fully realized, self-improving ecosystem.
So by 2030, the main focus is on grabbing their own data and getting started with AI. We're talking about automakers collecting over half of their own data for product planning, not just buying it from someone else. Over half of marketing jobs will be driven by AI. And get this, 30% of cars will be built using flexible order-based manufacturing. That means your order directly tells the factory what to build.
Now let's fast forward 5 years to 2035. This is where everything gets way more connected. That data they're collecting themselves, it jumps to 90%. And at the same time, half of all the conversations you have with a company will be with an AI robot. And AI sales assistants will be helping out in almost 1/3 of all sales. AI is becoming the main way you talk to the brand. And then we hit 2040. This is the end game. The transformation is pretty much complete. We're looking at 100% coverage of your entire journey as a user. A staggering 80% of cars are built on demand, AI is handling half of all sales, and every single driver gets a personalized AI agent. Think of it like a digital co-pilot that manages your entire relationship with the car and all its services.
Look, I know that was a lot of data, a lot of dates and percentages, but what does it all really mean for you and me? Well, it all boils down to one simple but absolutely profound change in philosophy.
Car companies aren't just manufacturers anymore. They're not just selling you a hunk of metal. They're becoming intelligent service providers. The car is just the hardware, right? The real product is the service platform that's constantly running on it, a platform that learns from you every single second you use it.
Now, this revolution, it promises some incredible personalization and efficiency, no doubt about it. But it also brings up a pretty big question. In a world where your car is constantly learning from you to serve you better, shaping your experience, maybe even predicting what you need, who is really making the decisions, you or the algorithm?